Testing.
Testing.
It's good.
How much, man? I feel like we may need to flip the live around just because this is not streaming up pretty well. Pulling it up on yours. I don't know if you want to try it.
Yeah, but I don't really want to be engaging with the comments, you know?
Okay. Fair enough.
It's just, so, yeah, man. What do you want to talk about?
I feel like that's your like signature trademark for every podcast now. So, yeah, man. What are you talking about? No, today we're just going to kind of, I think, discuss a little bit about of what both of our businesses are, what we're doing, where we're at, where you're kind of currently at, where I'm at currently.
Yeah.
Because what, you're 2 years in now?
No, just 1 year, man.
So you're 1 full year in.
Yeah.
I
Zack Scriven Media.
I would say I'm a month and a half in, even though I've like had it for 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
I'd say I'm honestly like 2 months in.
Yeah.
Like more or less 2 months. Like, yeah, I've been doing work here and there, but I haven't fully started like diving in.
So what do we have lined up for topics today?
So yeah, discussing our businesses. What do we do? What do you do? What I do? How we bring value to our clients. Talk a little bit about how we're going to get like together and collaborate to bring even more value to our clients. Talk about a little bit about our business processes, things we failed at, things we've succeeded at, so far. And just kind of close with like where we're going to end up, or where we see ourselves ending up in the future. Yeah.
So Zack Scriven Media, for those of you guys that don't know, it's been primarily focused around video content marketing for clients within the industrial automation space. So that's been really good because every new client that I work with, it adds it to a portfolio, a network of other clients that we all kind of benefit from that network. Walker, and looking at adding a few more clients, and then all the brand deals with like Factory Studio, Tatsoft, Aviva, Flow Software. We're looking at doing more. So, it's really, really interesting. So the most recent biggest change, the shift that I've had from year 1 to year 2 now is going from just doing all of the execution of the business myself to now building out a team. And I've been really excited about that. So I hired my first employee about a month ago now, and he is from the Philippines. He's a video editor, and he is just crushing it. It's been a learning process. I've had to the work has shifted a little bit, so I'm working with him, but I've been really pleased with the results. And yeah, Christopher will probably be editing this right, after we post it. So it's been really nice. I haven't spent any time editing now. Now I've been able to grow the business.
Yeah.
And so, he's doing what he loves and I'm able to do more of what I love. So it's been a really great partnership. Nice. And so I'm just looking to continuing to expand that. So, but yeah, primarily focused on video, industrial automation, and LinkedIn.
Okay. So what are you doing as far as video goes? Like what's maybe a simple strategy? You look at an integration firm, for example, or consulting services, whatever. And what's the key value to giving them video, and then that you see, and then how do you execute on that? What kind of strategy, even just a basic one or simple one strategy, would you give a client and be like, hey, I think you should shoot this type of video?
Yeah, I think to start out, you should really just start out by documenting what your business is going through, what you do. Keep doing that, and then start answering your commonly asked questions, and that'll kind of speak to your existing clients, and you'll also get more clients similar to that. But then I'd say the next evolution of that, or the expert level of that, would be creating content around your audience's interests, not necessarily content around your own product. The Zack Scriven Media, the Zack Scriven vlog is kind of an example of that. Some people will be like, well, why is seeing a travel vlog of Zack going to South Africa and, drinking, having a good time, traveling on a plane, doing all this crazy stuff, why is that going to help market and sell my software? Well, the point is you're appealing to the interests of the audience rather than just coming out with the hard sell. So that's the expert level of content marketing. So you really want to start with the basics though before you take a stab at that, because Gary Vee talks about this a lot. The key to B2B is creating content around your audience's interests.
Totally, dude. Totally. So what exactly,
should I get that Stoopy Shih Tzu?
Yeah. We love the Stoopy Shih Tzu. What exactly do you document? I know you said, like just break it down. Like, what do you document for like day one content? Like, are you just going in, you walk around the office, maybe do like an office tour kind of video, or do you kind of interview a couple people?
Yeah. I document it to the extreme level where, I'm talking about some of the content I create on my own channel is literally I'm reviewing a report of the analytics of my clients' performance. So I'm like, hey, guys, I'm in Dallas, I'm shooting content, or so I'm in South Africa, the whole travel vlog, that was like the core component of it was that I was documenting it. But you don't have to always, like, I know there's a lot of companies, especially in that space, that would not want to like share their client's name or information or and I understand that to an extent. I think that you're going to have to start sharing more than you were previously comfortable with or that you thought was acceptable, because that level of vulnerability, that human element, is going to set you aside from the other video content creators, as opposed to just kind of coming off as like scripted.
Yeah.
If you are more authentic, more transparent, you're going to connect better. So
100%. You got to bring that humanality, aspect to it. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we're all humans,
Yeah.
So if you don't have that like actual core element, you're really going to miss the target on your audience, and they're just not going to connect with what you're saying or, how you're feeling or what emotions you're trying to convey. So what have you noticed in like the soft sell kind of aspect? Let's call like a travel vlog, it's more of like, let's say brand awareness, right? Versus like actually like directly trying to sell a product or a service. Like have you tried any videos like that? For people out there who are curious about maybe making a video, trying something for their own selves, in their own business. Has it helped to do more of the soft sell brand awareness? And have you seen lead generation out of that for your clients? Or have you seen more lead generation out of like talking directly about a product or talking directly about a service?
Definitely more of the first one. As weird as that sounds, I do feel like it's okay to also go for the, the right hook, so to speak. Go for the hard sell. Occasionally, maybe 1 out of every 10 posts or something. But yeah, man, like Walker's rants videos, like they resonate the best, and naturally then that just generates messages of people that want to work with him. Same thing with me, all the industrial automation content that I've been putting out, the interview with Tesco, all the work that Intellic and 4.0 Solutions that I've been doing with them. People are looking at that and like, hey, how can I join in on that? How can I experience some of that growth? Yeah. So now they're reaching out to work with me, and it's really exciting. And that's ultimately why I had a shift from year one mindset, doing everything myself, to year two mindset, growing a team. And not because it's the most comfortable thing to do, but because it's the right thing to do to scale the impact that I'm trying to have. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah. So,
I mean, ultimately building a team is like absolutely necessary to being successful in almost anything, I would say, but especially in this business that we are kind of in, which is like content creation, if you don't have like the right infrastructure in place, man, you can get overwhelmed and burned out so quick. And if anything happens to you, like you get sick or you got a family emergency, like you're pretty much screwed at that point. For my audience, for those of you guys who don't know what SCADA is, it's supervisory control and data acquisition. And it's basically a fancy way of saying we monitor and control a ton of pumps or water or some type of manufacturing process, distribution, whatever it may be. And that's what Zack does and has done in the past. And he has built his new business, video content creation with Zack Scriven Media and Zack Scriven Podcast around basically bringing that value of advertising to life through the video avenue and through kind of interviewing people. And he's had like really great success over the past year. He's talked about how he's going into year 2. Now he's building a team. And that kind of leads a little bit into our next point, but we're going to take a step back and basically for Zach's audience and for the people who don't know who I am.
Talk about what you do.
Yeah. So, I'm Gabriel Rodriguez. I own Crea Consulting Services. And basically what I do is I do social media management and content creation. What I'm pretty much cornerstoning my business on is being able to take kind of what Zach does, all that video content or any content for that matter, and take it and deliver it to the audience, the proper audience at the right times, using the right hashtags, basically just kind of maximizing on the distribution of the content area. And I think that a lot of times
it gets overlooked.
It gets really, really overlooked in this industry, or in any industry, especially just with social media advertising. Clients are like, well, why do I need that? Or, they feel they don't necessarily see the value until they see the engagements go up, until they see the reach go up, until they, kind of just dive in and give it a try. Just thank God I've been blessed with a couple clients so far that have just given me that, confidence, and I have really brought them some solid results.
Yeah.
So
talk about some of the strategies and tactics that you were able to implement to achieve those results.
I think first and foremost, you have to develop a campaign, right? I mean, it's just like any other marketing out there, digital or, hard copy, whatever. And what I try to do is sit down with my clients and kind of discuss where they want to go. Do they want to really just focus on brand awareness for a straight month, or they want to like focus on certain audience targeting that they already know? Like, how far along are they in this process of the distribution and content creation? So bringing the paid promotional aspect to it, like, is really, really huge. It's really undervalued, and I don't think clients really understand that at all so far. There's a few that are like, oh yeah, like I've done some boosted posts and I've seen like it helps, but like really coming up with that own separate budget for that and kind of explaining that to clients and like walking through it with them to show like, look, if we create this video and then, we drop $100 over 10 days, $10 a day, whatever, and you get 22,000 views out of that, whatever that video represented, whatever it was conveying, you've now like just really amplified your reach like tremendously. And I mean, I've seen huge numbers in following go up. I've seen huge number in like engagement with the community, and it's been a direct correlation with the actual clients' business sales. Like, that's the biggest thing, is generating that ROI. Like, you're not just spending money to like look cool on social media. You're actually spending money so that way, like with me,
to maximize your investment
with me, and also to like really get something out of it,
Yeah.
I mean,
it always bothers me when I see a lot of, I do things a little bit differently, but to see a lot of traditional large companies and traditional marketing companies, they spend or video production companies will spend so much money on the production element of the video, and then maybe a little bit on the editing of the video, or maybe they spend a lot on the editing too. But then when it comes to posting and sharing, they just kind of post it and just ghost it.
Like, let me post it at 2 a.m. and never talk to anybody on the post.
Or disable. I've seen a large brand
disabling
comments on YouTube, and I'm like, you guys don't get social media. So, but it really, the way I see it, it's like a pie. You're going to want to spend a certain amount on the production of the video, a certain amount on the post-production of the video, and not only post-production, but like really the content generation around that. So not just editing of the videos, but creating of the social graphics too, the micro content. So there's that post-production, and there's really distribution, which is the social posting, viral posting times, boosting. You're going to want to allocate to all three of those, so that way you're not wasting that money.
Yeah, I mean, it's It's kind of difficult when, you work with clients that just think like, oh yeah, let me, like I do everything for you. Like I can't shoot all your video. I can't shoot like, it doesn't work like that. There needs to be that, if there's a lot of budget, of course, but you get a client that wants to work with a really low budget and then wants everything. And you're like,
yeah. So this is where the idea to collaborate came up, where we would work together on a client, and I would be focused on the video production, and then you'd be more focused on the video, the content distribution, content creation. So, what are some of the software tools that you use?
Right now, the main tool I use is Sprout Social, at least for distribution purposes.
Right. What about for creation?
Creation, I'm using Canva. I mean, I think if you're not using Canva, like where the hell you're at? It's 2019.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything. I use Photoshop as well.
Headliner's
nice. It's like, that like really brings
audiograms.
That really brings those to life, man. Like, I think that's such a sweet gig.
My video editor just messaged me.
Nice. I think that's really cool as a tool. And then Adobe Illustrator, I'm starting to kind of dive into Adobe Premiere as well, just for like the video content perspective.
So you're in the Adobe stack?
I am in the Adobe stack. With my kind of business partners that I'm working with and the other people I collaborate with, they have Adobe Stack, and I'm doing a couple side like graphic projects for them.
Very nice.
And it helps me out because it helps me elevate my content creation to another level and like bring that professionalism to my clients.
Yeah.
I feel like I do a pretty darn good job right now, but I'm still learning every day and still trying to take it to the next level every single day or with every new experience I get.
I'm just really excited because then you can focus on what you're good at with social media engagement, social media posting, viral posting times, paid advertisement. That's kind of like where your core competency is, and mine is on the video editing, video distribution, or video creation.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
YouTube channel management. So like, and I talked about hiring the team and stuff, but I really want to reiterate that it's to like scale the impact, Oh,
100%. It brings such a different value if both of us come together on a project versus just like, okay, let me just do your management and, we'll kind of go from there, and I'll just do what I can for your videos or for your photos,
Yeah, everything that I'm doing, I'm setting it up for scale. So I have this Dropbox, I have the unlimited Dropbox plan. So they start out with 3 terabytes and a minimum of 3 users, but it grows unlimited. So it'll grow with me as I continue to shoot more and more content. So set up a nice folder structure for all my archive content, and then a folder structure for all my clients within those as project folders. And I have a Trello board that basically a one board per client, and it tracks all the video projects. That's with a simple project number system. And then that Trello board, here's the best part, it's connected to a Slack channel.
Nice.
And so there's a Slack channel for each client, and as the card moves from one layer to the next layer on the Trello board, it sends notifications to the Slack channel. So it'll be like, Intellic Project 7 has moved from the backlog to in progress, or it moved from in progress to ready for review. Once I see that update,
it's so helpful.
So then we could actually keep track of where all these projects are at, what state they're in, they're ready for review. Okay, so I go into Dropbox, I can review it, or I can share the link with the end client. They can review it and provide timestamp comments within the Dropbox video viewer for revisions.
Yeah, so clean.
So I've kind of like developed that process within the last month, and we're working on it. It's really worked well. So, that's why I'm really excited to scale that out to 1 or 2 more editors within the next few months, but then potentially, 5 to 10 within a year, which would be pretty crazy. But the architecture is in place to scale to that pretty easily.
Yeah. And I think that's the first step to like creating a successful business model, is you got to place that infrastructure in place. And like, you're finally getting to a point after a year figuring it out and like doing it all yourself and learning all those processes, making mistakes, having success, and just really putting it to the test and to the grindstone, and just being like, okay, this is exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to start scaling it out from here. And that's just really going to bring more efficiency to your clients. It's going to bring more value to your clients because you're able to do more with less, essentially, right?
Do more with.
you're able to bring more value with less time on your part, you know, like, or less maybe extra effort or overexerted effort spent, you know, instead of beating your head against the wall for 8 hours doing video editing, you know, now you have a video editor that does that for you straight up for 8 hours, and you're able to actually think about, okay, this video now I can shoot, or I can shoot something like this, or I'm
spending more time on the higher level strategy.
Yeah.
And optimization.
Yeah.
And, you know, rather than editing the videos, I'm thinking about what videos should we be editing right now.
Yes, exactly.
And then once I put more thought and time into structuring that, then those videos get edited. The videos that end up going out and getting posted are more impactful.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of the same for me, you know, like in the short 2 like months that I've been pushing really hard, I've been like trying different strategies. Like, when do I like create content to be released? Like, when do I set all and schedule all my posts up for whatever client? And I just tried like the week, I tried doing it every day. Every day is not the way to go, people. But it's like maddening.
Yeah.
But the week was okay. Like it felt good, you know. I was like, oh, cool. Like I got all the content out for a week. But it's like, honestly, now that I see it, I really want to do like months at a time. Like I want to have
a month's worth of content.
Yeah, at least, you know. And I think that really kind of it brings that nice overview, and you can kind of show your client too, like, hey, okay, this is the strategy for this month. Is there anything you don't like or like? Not, I mean, you know, I kind of go through that on a weekly basis. There's an approval process. If they don't like something, I can change it like on the fly, or, you know, based on the week. But this really brings that macro.
Imagine create like having, like, as a business owner, as a personal brand, having knowing that throughout the month, all your video content's going to be posted. It's going to be shared. Comments are going to be responded to. You know, everything's going to go out when it's supposed to at the viral times. Like, just knowing that peace of mind, knowing that that's going to be done for you, how valuable that is in terms of having it actually being done, but then also the time, peace of mind that frees up, knowing that you can go execute on your business, not having to worry about, you know, social media.
Yep.
I mean,
it's wonderful, man. And it's that peace of mind is like absolutely.
That's what you're buying. That's what you're selling.
Absolutely wonderful, you know.
You're selling the growth that it provides and the peace of mind knowing that it's going to get done professionally. Yeah. And your investment's not going to go to waste.
Yeah. And I don't really think that, I don't really think it's caught on yet how valuable social media is. Like, I think, like, even like Gary Vee talks about this, like really huge brands, you know, like Nike or whatever, they're really starting to get on that train now. Yeah. And like, now that they're starting to get on the train, like everyone that's not already on the train, you're kind of getting pushed out, you know, because they're going to come in with really high dollar budgets on every end, you know. Yeah. Content creation, video, distribution, like the whole nine, all of it's and going to have a huge budget.
The Instagram ad price will go way up.
Yep. Every ad price, Facebook, Instagram, everything. Like right now, some of my clients are getting, you know, 0.003 cents for like a click. And that's like dirt cheap, you know, that's nothing. But it could be, you know, $27 a freaking click for all we know.
Yeah, if like LinkedIn ads.
You know, if all this money starts getting dumped in, you get someone with a $90 million budget to drop into this, dude. Oh my gosh, it's going to change the game. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think that.
I want to say hi to Michael O'Connor. What's up, dude? Thanks for listening.
What's up, man? Thanks for joining in. I really don't think that it'll lose its value, what we do at that point. I think things will change, and that you're going to have to be real authentic, and your production level is going to have to be really solid.
I'm just imagining how good this podcast is going to turn out in the 4K cropped, you know, crisp audio.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm shouting out to Michael, you know, because he's been enjoying the podcast. He's been telling me, he's like, a lot of people have been commenting that they've noticed that the production quality has gone up and that it's really valuable to.
No, that's mine. That's my iPhone.
Oh, it's ringing on the tripod.
Let me check it real quick.
Yeah, and then we'll wrap it up here. So this has been a great episode, man. Great episode. You know, obviously, you guys comment down below what your guys' thoughts are. How long have you guys been following this journey of ours? You know, Gabe's been on the podcast 3 or 4 times now. Each time, it's interesting because we're at a different level than we were before. And I heard something interesting. It's not about where you're at. It's about where you're going. So any one person may be at a different level in life, but if they're on the same trajectory, if they're on the same path, then they're effectively equal. They're just at different points in that path. You could be a millionaire, but if you're, headed in the wrong direction and your life's in shambles and, who knows what, that's not good. But if you're, in a tight position, you're trying to change your life, maybe you don't have a lot to show for it, but you're on the trajectory to success. Like you're on that, you're in that direction. You're in that growth mindset. You are already successful.
Yeah. 100%.
You're successful each step of the way.
Yeah. 100%.
It's more about the derivative than it is about the actual position.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's got to be a delicate balance of both. You got to be able to make ends meet and like really be able to provide. But once you can kind of lock that in, I think that like it means the same thing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's definitely about the journey.
Yeah. I mean, I would never tell someone to quit their job and then pay me thousands of dollars a month to do coaching to, like I would recommend them to keep their current job, like I'm not recommending anything dumb,
Yeah.
Obviously, but I am recommending something challenging.
I'd agree with that. 100%.
If you're not being challenged, then what are you doing,
Pretty much. And it's different for everybody. Everybody's got a different mindset. Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur on their own business. Some people just want to work and be comfortable and
yeah. And that's okay, but those people are also going to have to start embracing change. Otherwise they're going to get displaced in the job market, and that sucks, but that's a natural byproduct of our economy right now. So
unfortunately, yeah, that is true. I mean, it's part of one of the reasons why I wanted to start my own business in the first place. It's just like, yeah,
I tell people, I'm creating content, and some people might think, you're more of an early adopter, you're going to be ahead. I'm just simply creating content because I'm kind of scared that if I don't, I'm going to become obsolete,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm almost doing it out of fear. Fear is a good motivator though, you guys. Shih Tzu. All right. Well, let's end this podcast here. Thank you guys. Peace out.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for listening.